Welcome back to Rent Free History. I'm your host, Kemdi Wosu, and I'm also joined by my co-host, Peyton Cronin. And we are joined by our second guest since we've started this whole rebrand with me and Peyton as the co-host of the podcast. We have Sara, who is the what would you call it? The host, the creator of the TikTok page 2coolcinema.
Yeah, I am 2coolcinema.
Yeah.
That is me. Period.
Now, is it just a TikTok page, or do you have like a YouTube or Instagram or anything else that people can kind of like follow your stuff on?
Yeah, I have an Instagram and a YouTube, all the same. I had a Twitch, but then I was like, I can't sit still for hours. This is killing me. So don't follow the Twitch. It's inactive, but follow everything.
Now, I kind of came across your content because I'm kind of into movie talk stuff and pop culture stuff quite a bit with seeing how as I do this podcast. And I can't remember which one of your videos I came across. I think it might have been... Nope, I'm blanking. But it will come back to me. It will come back to me. I promise it will.
Was it the One Direction one?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. It was the One Direction one. Yeah. Because I was like, that was such a deep cut. Like, I remember my sisters used to watch that, and I'd like hear them in the background, and I'd maybe watch an episode or two with them. And I just kind of got into it for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, you're right. No AI was used to make that. So yeah.
Yeah. And when I made that, I was like, no one's going to get this. I don't know a single person who's watched this, but apparently lots of people know about it.
Great minds think alike.
There was an old One Direction cartoon when we were kids. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Now, what made you start posting in the first place? You just kind of wanted to kind of like talk about certain things and you wanted to share them with everyone else, or did you want to do something more with it, or it was just kind of something that happened?
Well, I've been posting on YouTube since I was like very young, like 5th grade. But I've like bounced around in terms of like niche or in terms of branding. I used to be like, Bethany Moda. I used to like be like, I don't know, like, this is your makeup or this is how you can do crafts, because I'm really artsy. But then I went to film school and I just have like a deep love of movies and cinema and media and entertainment. And I eventually honed in on it in like summer of 2023. My username across all socials is actually inspired by my favorite Harry Styles song, Cinema.
Oh, period.
Do you know the song?
Yes,
yeah, it's like the lyrics are like, do you think I'm cool too? I dig your cinema. So I was like, oh, 2coolcinema.
So fun. I love that song.
Me too. It's my favorite song. There you go.
You know, it's funny. The two of us actually met at film school. We also went to
What school?
We went to Cal State Fullerton.
Oh, I got rejected from there.
Oh, where'd you end up going?
Chapman.
And you got rejected?
Well, listen, I got into 3 schools out of like the 10 or 11 I applied to, and one of them was Chapman. I don't understand how that happened. I really don't. But I got rejected from almost every single CSU. So I don't know.
Weird.
They didn't want me.
It's kind of like they won't let you in like the Chipotle, but they'll let you in the 5-star restaurant.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. No, I was very confused. I was very confused. Trust me. When I didn't get into the CSUs, I was like, well, I'm not going to get in anywhere. Obviously not going to get in anywhere. I didn't get into a single UC or CSU. And then Chapman was like, hey. So, I don't know. I literally don't know what happened. I don't know. To this day, I believe that they accidentally admitted me based on someone else's application. Like, I think they got us confused. I have
No.
no idea.
No, man, they just sensed your swag. They were able to get
I
it.
guess so. I guess so. I don't know. I made a joke about Jeffree Star and Lady Gaga in my essay. Maybe they liked that. So
Wait, like together or like separate jokes?
I can't remember. I think they were
Oh,
separate
that's fair.
jokes. I don't know. But
I was like, well, I was trying to break. I was like, I wonder how you could say that. Like, joke about them together.
it was like a because I think I wore a pink wig and a pink suit to prom. And it was one of those like, tell us about yourself essays. And I was like, I don't know, I'm weird. This is what I looked like Jeffree Star and Lady Gaga had a baby.
Okay.
Like that. Funnier. It was a lot funnier.
What was your like focus when you went to film school? Was it like writing, directing? Like, did you have a particular thing you like really wanted to like key in on, or would you kind of want to be more of a jack of all trades?
Yeah, my major specifically was screenwriting. So I have a bachelor's in screenwriting. But you know, something really interesting at Chapman is they don't really have us interact within like emphases. Like I had I didn't know, I'd never been on a film set. I don't know how to direct. I don't know how to produce all of these things until I had an internship and my boss was like, hey, we're shooting something. Do you want to be a PA? So like, I didn't even get my onset experience through Chapman, like at all, which was really weird. Like I thought the only thing I could do was writing. It was the only thing I wanted to do because it was the only thing I could do. And then now that I've like experienced more, I'd like to direct as well. Maybe act. People say that should try acting, but I don't know how to cry on cue. So I don't know how to like
It's hard.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna stick with directing and writing for now.
Did anything interesting happen like during your time? Because at our school there was like this whole thing where the head of our department was almost forced out. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
that was so crazy.
Yeah. Basically, the head of our department was like, he was like a former executive at like Paramount. He had worked on like Star Trek and a bunch of all those shows and movies. And he decided to like take the rest of his time. Not saying like he's an old, well, he's an older man, but you know, not like he's going to direct all of his time. But he decided to spend like his later years kind of like just heading the film department at Cal State Fullerton. And they tried to force him out because they felt like he wasn't necessary. And they also wanted to get rid of all the film production tracks. They wanted to just be just film theory.
No.
Yeah.
When something's just theory, it does not work out. You have to make it like, you have to put into practice. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Did they do it? Did they get rid of all the film production?
No, we had this big like protest. Like we would show up to all these meetings. We started these movements called like Free Gary Hart and stuff like that. And they eventually changed their mind and somebody else was forced out instead. That was in the same department, which kind of worked because they were trying to get rid of him. So yeah, but it was crazy. Yeah.
That is weird. We never had anything like that. Well, just because of the film school at Chapman is Chapman's like biggest thing. If they got rid of it, no offense, but that school would be nothing. No offense to them.
Yeah.
But we had, I mean, we didn't have any like thing that I know of. I know they got rid of DEI, but it was after I graduated.
Mm.
Dang.
Yeah. I don't know.
So you're class of 25 then?
Class of 2024. Let's go.
Oh, 24.
I was in high school during COVID. It was awesome.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
2020?
I was 2021.
Okay.
So I was the year after.
19. Just missed it.
Damn. We're like, wow, that's crazy. We're like every year.
Yeah. Look at us.
I do think it's interesting too that you guys weren't allowed to like interact like tract wise. Like that wasn't like, well, not saying you weren't allowed to, but like,
That is not like encouraged,
yeah,
right? Because that's kind of like the bigger thing. Because it's all about like networking. And you would think like if because kind of like you said, like, yeah, like Chapman's known for its film school. So it's like, wouldn't you want them to interact?
Well, they weren't
Shouldn't
like,
you like
don't talk
encourage
to each
it?
other. It was just like, as a screenwriting major, I couldn't really take the classes that were like for non-screenwriters, like for any other film related thing. And I guess vice versa. Also, well, we had this thing, I kind of think it's really funny, but a lot of people got really offended, which I understand why. There was I think my like sophomore year, there was a list published. It was made by Dodge students. It was not made by any like Chapman Dodge. Dodge is our film school. Because I might like switch between the two. It wasn't made by any officials. That they ranked all of the film majors. We think it was film production students because film production was at the top and screenwriting was second to last. They ranked it like in terms of like how important you are to society or something. That's the
What?
general culture. The general culture there is very like LA high school, very cliquey, very like, well, you're not film production. Why are you even taking up space here? Like like even the student body, you don't feel encouraged to interact with other people. Um, that being
Dang.
said, I know that a lot of the mean, egotistical people have since given up on film because it was too hard. So it's okay, guys. It's okay.
Good riddance.
Yes. It's okay.
Get out of here.
So yeah, I don't know. It was a weird college experience.
yeah. I feel like college in general, like especially the last like 5 years, was kind of weird because you kind of got over COVID, like after the first couple of years, and then everyone's back in person, and then what I found weird about Cal State Fullerton was they expect you to know how to use a camera already. Like the first like production class, they basically said, because they don't really have like a different tracks. It's more of just you learn pretty much all the same thing, and then if you want to like, take specific classes, you can take specific classes. Like so, they have directing classes, they have producing classes, they have writing classes. There was a whole master's program that I did just for writing, and the first like production class you can take is it's called production 1 or production 325, but they expect you to know how to use a camera. Like the first thing you do is camera test, and they expect you to know how to like do everything essentially.
It was like it it was kind of like there was some sort of guidance, but it was pretty much like raw dogging it. Like you just kind of checked out the equipment, hoped it was the right one, and then did it, and then you would get feedback and you'd be like, "Oh, so that's what I was supposed to do." And like you learned a lot from just like having to really put yourself out there and like for me, like I did as much research as I could, just trying to figure out what exactly I was supposed to do. Um, but yeah, a lot of it just kind of felt like it was like, okay, awesome. So because it was kind of like, yeah, you love this, so you know how to do it. It's like, no. And it's like, well, you can't teach it in a classroom. I was like, but I think you could though. Like if we just like took like maybe one day, like at least like an hour and a half, because like the class 2 was like 5 hours long. Like it was a big chunk of time. I was like, all we need to do is like take a chunk and we just all have a structured turn, or like even like just like a time slot in the time, like just to get like a brief rundown, something. And then it was like, no, like you do a camera test and it's like, oh, also like I had a group project for mine, so we had to like come up with the concept and like shoot it all together. So that was cool. to like raw dog it together because we all didn't know what we were doing. And then all of a sudden it was the final and it's like, oh, you have to do your first short film where you are like every single role or the big like core roles and everything. And it was like, oh, so great experience, but terrifying because every step of the way I would try something in my apartment and my roommates would be like, what are you doing? I was like,
I don't know.
you think I know? I don't know.
I mean,
I'm like, I'm just seeing if it looks cool.
it's a trial by fire. It's like just throwing you into the pool and hoping that your instincts will kick in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking back on it, do you feel like it was more beneficial to just jump right into it, or are you still like, no, we needed like a day?
I honestly, like, for me, I am kind of glad that I was able to like work through it myself and like figure out the processes. But at the time, that was stressful as hell. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, I'm not going to turn this in on time. Like, my grade's going to go, oh my God, like, this is so crazy. Like, and then it was kind of like that pressure of like, well, like, we're expected to know what to do when I don't know what to do. So does that mean I'm not supposed to be here? You know? So it was kind of like that sort of like thought. But looking back on it, like, especially when I was filming my first short film, I learned so much. Like, because I had literally no idea. And I was so transparent with everybody who was helping me. I was like, guys, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but as long as we have a good time, like, it's okay. And like, it's all right. I hated editing it. The editing was terrible, but like the filming, it was great. It was fantastic. I'm not an editor. That's not meant for me. I wish it was. I think it's so cool. I love hearing people talk about it. No, I hate Adobe Pro or Premiere Pro. Terrible, terrible, miserable service. Don't use it. If you know how to use it, shout out to you. But like, if you can avoid it and use something else, please do. Save yourself the time because like, it just likes to get silly. And I'm like, okay, fine. But, so it would have been nice to have a day to spend talking about Premiere Pro more, I think. But like the rest of it, I'm like, okay, you know what? Like I am satiated and satisfied with having to raw dog and like kind of do my own wacky processing of it. Except for editing. That was a nightmare. And to this day, I refuse to use it. I don't remember a single goddamn thing about Premiere Pro, actually. All I remember is it erased my keyframes and it ruined my Final Cut. And then it deleted everything. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to edit this anymore. And then my professor, I showed it to him and he was like, how'd you do that? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. It was this. And then he was like, I believe you, actually, but this is just insane. And then he was like, I'm just going to make sure that nobody else does this in the future. And I was like, I followed the instruction. I followed the YouTube tutorial. This is my rant about Premiere Pro. I'm sorry. I'm really, really passionate about it. I don't like it. I really don't like it.
Every time I open it, I get nauseous. I hate it.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It's like the visceral, just.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We lost access to it a little earlier this year.
Why?
Because you get it free, like all the Adobe programs through the school. And basically you get like 1 year after you graduate to like keep using all that software. And then one day I was trying to edit it, like some clips for the podcast. And then I remember they were just like, you no longer have access to this account. And I was like, oh, well, okay. And then I started using DaVinci Resolve, never looked back.
I heard that that's the new standard.
It's free too.
Oh, there you go. I don't edit. I don't like editing. I mean, I edit on like Final Cut Pro, and then that's like the maximum amount of effort that I'll put in.
Do you still make like anything like writing wise? Are you still like writing and keeping up with that kind of thing to like make sure you don't kind of like lose like where you were like in college and kind of like?
Yeah, I write way more now than I did in college because now I can write whatever I want. Versus college, you had like assignments, and also everyone in my class was mean and rude and stupid. And I'm not exaggerating. Like for some reason, I was put in the classes with like the 7 people in our program who were just like rude. Everyone else was great, but I'm writing, or I wrote a short film, and we're shooting it in September. We're casting. We have our DP. We have our producer. And I'm really excited about it. And then I'm writing a TV series that, this may sound delusional, but I'm so positive Netflix would eat it up. They would love it. It's like if Game of Thrones and The Nightmare Before Christmas had a baby.
Oh, like combining the different gothic aesthetics into like.
Well, it's like, imagine a world where there are kingdoms fighting for power and for worship and like for land, but every kingdom is a holiday.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It would be like
It's kind of giving off. What's that one movie? The Guardians. The
Yeah, Rise of the
Rise of
Guardians.
Guardians.
I've never seen that movie, and my friend told me the same thing. He was like, "You got to watch that
It's
movie,"
so good.
or he was like,
It's
"Oh, it's
so
like
good.
Akatar," and I was like, I've never read Akatar."
I haven't read Akatar either. People keep trying to get me to do it, and that's the one thing that I'm like, I was close to doing it, but I don't know. Maybe it's a me issue. I just can't get behind it. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to read it because it's like the kingdoms are seasons. They're not holidays. They're like seasons. And it's like a
Oh
Beauty and the
yeah.
Beast story. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Well, I do want to kind of veer this into the topic for today's episode. We were talking about this beforehand through messaging. You wanted to talk a little bit about the new Minions movie, which I didn't know there was a new Minions movie. I thought it was kind of just the Despicable Me. There were the couple Minions one. I didn't know there was one that came out like recently. And then not only that, me and Peyton were both shocked when I talked about the content of the movie, that it's like an ode to early cinema, like Lumiere brothers, trains leaving the station. But you've seen it.
Yes.
Could you describe a little bit about the movie for those who haven't seen it?
Oh my God, I sobbed. The movie, I don't think the trailer does it justice, which is really sad. Like, the trailer of the movie does not do it justice, like, at all. It's called Minions and Monsters, but the whole like monster concept doesn't come in until like halfway through the movie. The opening sequence with like all the credits is the Minions animated into different classic movies, like the first movie ever, The Man on the Horse, the train arriving at the station, A Trip to the Moon. Those are just off the top of my head. I'm sure there's like countless others that were in the opening sequence, but that's when I cried, because I was like, oh, I did not expect this to happen. And my mom was like, "Why are you freaking out right now? It's an animated kids movie and we've just started." But it like revolves around a character who, the point of the Minions is to like find the most evil person and like serve them. But this specific Minion, all he wants to do is write stories. Like, he loves writing stories and like sharing them. And then he makes a friend who encourages him. The friend is another Minion. He makes a friend within his little like circle and encourages him to like do these stories. And as the Minions keep trying to find um like a big boss, they accidentally wander onto a film set. And like, they ruin the shot because they thought the villain of the film was an actual villain, like of the film within the film. And they were like, "We want to serve you," and then the director yells at them and they scatter. But then like the director's like, people love the Minions. The Minions kind of become uh big stars. This is like 1920s Hollywood. They become like big stars, but then sound is introduced. So it's a little bit of like Singing in the Rain when sound was introduced, and it like ruined the whole filmmaking process. And then, the Minions, they don't speak. So when that happened, it like completely destroyed everything. And then they went to go find the monsters because the main character wanted to make his own movie with monsters. And then it became less of like an ode to filmmaking and more of like the minions have to like fight these monsters that they accidentally unleashed. And my favorite part, minus the opening sequence, was the end. This might be a spoiler, but like it's a Minions movie, so it doesn't matter. Where like, okay, like the third act is done, we're done, the monsters are defeated, and then it like zooms out, or like pans out, and it's like a movie within a movie. Like you see that like the monster fighting wasn't real, all of this stuff wasn't real. This was just one giant movie story created by the main Minion character. And then like when the credits roll, it say like directed by James the Minion, produced by Henry the Minion, and it's like super cute. It's like meta. Like I don't know how to describe it. But it was just like my heart melted at the idea of like someone who desperately just wants to write stories and then achieves that. I don't know. That might have been a really long description, but that's basically what happens.
Well, no, that's good because Kemdi and I were both like, we haven't seen it, and I've only seen one trailer for this, which was just like, it was like well, I guess he's a monster. I thought he was like an alien guy, but he's like talking to like the main group of minions, just like going through like introductions and stuff. And that was all I had seen. I didn't know that it was coming out, and then I saw that it was suddenly in theaters, and I was like, oh, interesting. And then I haven't heard a lot about it, and then he was like, well, it pays like homage to like old Hollywood, and I was like, what the heck? But there's something so refreshing too about like a kid's film that's actually like encouraging like imagination and free thinking, especially in the world of like AI on the rise. It's like, look at what this minion did, and he didn't have a computer and he couldn't even fully speak full sentences, and look, he was able to do it with all of his friends. I mean, I assume like a lot of people making movies can like speak in full sentences and stuff, but like not a lot of people can like free think anymore, which is like tragic. But in the opening sequence, because there's been like a bunch of films, TV series, all of that is like paid homage to like old Hollywood and like just the origins of Hollywood, all these like films that did so much. Do you think that this film is like the best at paying homage to it, like actually showing that it was done with like a certain level of care in comparison to the other ones?
What do you mean the other ones? Like I don't
Like I feel like
Damien Chazelle's Babylon, for example. Like, would you say Minions here, Babylon there?
Not see Minion, or I did not see Babylon. Well, I think it's like, did Babylon directly reference, because the Minions also like directly reference Citizen Kane, and like, why are you laughing? Like shot for shot, like remake of like little bits. I think I like the Minions version because it reaches a new generation where like a lot of people do not understand how we got to where we are in terms of movies and film. And like we would not have been able to get here if not for the generations that came before us and their creativity and their passion. So like putting that, even if like it was a movie theater full of kids and then me and my mom. So even if a lot of kids aren't going to understand like, oh, that's from Citizen Kane. They don't know what Citizen Kane is. But just planting that seed of like, there was a whole world before crappy Marvel CGI movies. Like there's a whole world before you watched a whole movie on TikTok in 47 parts. So I just liked that aspect of it, that hopefully will reach a younger audience.
I would also like to say this episode is brought to you by Spiderman Brand New Day in theaters July 31st, 2026. So we are partnered with Disney Marvel, and they're a big fan of us. So, probably should have made a note to that, not say anything about that beforehand, but we can cut that out.
edit that out, please.
Yeah.
Please. Oh, sorry. I'm actually really excited about Brand New Day.
It's
I love
so good.
when they included an Olivia Rodrigo song in their trailer. I thought that was great
Oh, they
marketing.
did? I missed that
Yes.
trailer. Which one was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. They posted it on Instagram. Maybe it wasn't a
Mm.
trailer. Maybe it was just an edit.
Yeah, they had the Olivia Rodrigo one, and then they did the new Cat's Eye song as well,
Really?
Animal. Yeah. Because I was like, bro, who's the intern that's like low-key cooking for this marketing? Like, go. If you guys haven't seen it, it's so good. It is so good.
I heard there was a Bad Bunny song in it.
There is. There is.
I'm gonna have to see it.
Yeah, it's I won't say anything else.
Okay.
I won't say anything else.
Don't.
Except I have Spider-Man's head as a popcorn bucket now, and I've never been happier. Yay!
I've never gotten any of those popcorn buckets before. Is it worth it?
For this one, I really, really like Spider-Man. So I was like, I wasn't planning on buying it, and then I saw that they had it, and I was like, well, now I need to eat popcorn out of Spider-Man's head. Are you serious? And then anytime something happened in the movie, I was like, look what you did. Do you see what you're doing? But yeah, I really liked it. This one has the film, depending on the theater you go to, has different ones. I don't know if that's normal for them. I felt like they normally just have like one standard like bucket in a cup, but there's like one of the head, there's one of his chest, there's one that's a cup and a bucket where it's like his hand doing the thing, and then but it's like a cup is the hand, and then the popcorn bucket is like the webs coming around it. So, I mean, now I have Spider-Man's head, and I'm like, well, now I could put Flower Man's? Oh my god. Now I could put oh my god. Now I can put flowers inside of Spider-Man's head and have them as a decoration for my pure just admiration for Spider-Man. But so good, so good. Please see it. I would love to talk about it with somebody because I'm not about to spoil. That'd be crazy.
Don't. Shush.
No.
We also could quote that or let you guys know this episode is coming out in December. So yeah, don't spoil a July movie in December.
In December?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh.
This episode's coming out in like 2 weeks.
Oh, I was like, well, then we can spoil it because it's coming out in December. But yeah, no.
Be funny, just like,
But I
yeah, we
got
have a
confused on
huge backlog of episodes.
Hey man, I don't know how it works. So if that's what y'all want to do, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I don't joke.
Oh, back to the Minion thing. I also thought it'd be really interesting because it is kind of an allusion to Singing in the Rain, or the whole thing of people being forced out of, but also Singing in the Rain and Sunset Boulevard, that people are being like forced out of like their like prominent Hollywood roles because of the switch to sound. It'd be funny if there was an allusion to Sunset Boulevard in there too. Just like one of the Minions. Really?
I don't know. Like there were so many like movie references coming at me. I didn't even realize like the snow globe from Citizen Kane. I was thinking about it after and I was like, that looked so familiar. And then I realized it was Citizen Kane. Like there were so many things coming at you that like you have to have such an in-depth like knowledge of film history to fully like be able to catch all of them. I think there was one with what's that movie that Misery? I think there was a something like what's it called?
The scene where she breaks the legs?
Yeah, I think there was a reference to The Shining. Like there were so many like things happening in that movie. Also, there's like a random side plot where this like robot alien comes to Earth and falls in love with a woman and like goes and protests women's rights with her because it's the 1920s. And it was like so random and cute. I loved it.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to see this movie.
It has nothing to do with film, but I was like, that's crazy that like they just like put that in there.
Maybe they'll have a spin-off suffragette Minion movie.
That'd be awesome. I'd watch that.
Yeah, I never would have guessed that it has a modern Minions movie has a representation of like true love and admiration and is a critique on it's paying homage to film but also like bringing to attention like all the different advances and like how that can affect like how these transitions are hold on let me like it's like how these different transitions with like technological evolutions and all of this different all these different advances how they really do affect the people that's working on them because at the end of the day like yeah people that are making movies like obviously they know what they're doing but this new technology comes out and it's kind of like it's free game. It's kind of like the peak human experience that the Minions movie is now representing, and at the core of it it's like yeah things keep changing and it can get crazy, we don't know what's going to happen but like keep creating. That's crazy. I would have never expected that from a Minions movie and now I'm excited to see it. Like I laughed earlier because I was like what the heck, I'm shocked that this is coming from a Minions movie. And now I'm like, oh my god, like I think it's still in theaters.
No,
I need to go catch
it's
it.
actually crazy how like low-key deep it is and like how it is really like a love letter to the creatives and to the ones because I think a lot of creatives we feel when we're growing up or when we're in like a group setting that we don't belong there or that we're like different from everyone else. And like that's what the main Minion was like, and it wasn't until he found his friend and his supporter who he like fully believed in himself and like took a chance on his dreams. It's just so like I just really don't like how they marketed the movie because it is not what the movie is. It doesn't do the movie justice. And the only reason I went to see the movie is because I saw someone post on TikTok that there was a popcorn bucket of like what is the thing called when like you spin it and the pictures are moving? It's like it was the first movie ever with the horse and you look through it. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Kinetoscope?
Yeah, it's the
Maybe, probably. But it was like a minion popcorn bucket and you spin it and you look through and it's a minion riding a horse. And so I was like, why the hell is this a popcorn bucket for this movie? I have to watch it. So that was the only
that's
reason.
crazy. Dang, I feel like Illumination fails with marketing in general a majority of the time.
Yeah, I don't know why. They like put way more into the Super Mario Galaxy movie than this movie. Which like I get, but
Yeah,
come on.
Some
it's like this is
wild.
the same theater that had yeah they had Minions in every store and then they have a new movie coming out and they can't even market. They don't even get the plot right. It's just the same clip over and over.
It's literally that's like not even the most important part of the movie. It's like the act 2B, act 3 part of the movie, like the smaller part of the movie.
I think a good trailer can either kill your movie or like just cause everything to be like better than it should be. Like there are some terrible movies out there with some amazing trailers, and there's some amazing movies out there with terrible trailers. I remember one example of this would being Batman Begins, the first Christopher Nolan movie. There's a trailer out there with I think it's a Linkin Park song, if I remember correctly. It's either no Nickelback. It was a Nickelback song. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
I don't
And it's like I
remember.
think they were trying to bring in like the Dawson's Creek audience, like the teen like girl audience with a Nickelback song, and that Katie Holmes in it. She was in Dawson's Creek, so I mean it worked, I guess, because those movies are pretty successful. So
I didn't watch those movies. My first Christopher Nolan film was Dunkirk because Harry Styles was
really,
in it.
I forgot he's in that
he doesn't
Right?
speak that much in that movie.
You know what's weird? He speaks more than the main character.
Who was the main character of
Is
that
it
movie?
really?
It was some like British soldier who was traumatized. And then his friend was a French soldier, but the French soldier was disguised as a British soldier so that he could go home. Because they were letting all the British soldiers go home first. It was a really cool movie.
Yeah, I never saw. I've seen a few of the Batman movies. I missed Tenet. I saw, what was it? The bomb one,
The bomb.
Oppenheimer. Yeah.
It's crazy way to say that. The bomb.
The bomb one.
But I was really sick when I saw it, so I actually ended up falling asleep halfway through, and then I felt even worse when I woke up. So
Oh, did you fall asleep in the theater? Because that's
no,
rough.
like it was on streaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I had already seen it, but I saw it a second time, and I took a friend. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but we both took an edible. I don't know how like family friendly this podcast is supposed to be.
Pretty much every
You're good.
episode has been explicit since like episode like 30 or so. So yeah, I think you're fine. We talked about LSD in one episode.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We took an edible and I was fine. Like I was like normal. He was not okay. I think when the bomb went off, like there's no sound. It just like blinks. And I look at him and he's like, and he was like, he later told me he felt like the bomb actually went off, like in real life. And he was like waiting to die or something. And I was like, the whole time I was just looking at him and I felt so bad because I felt like normal, like how you're supposed to feel. And he was not okay. He was like confused and tired. And yeah. So that was our Oppenheimer experience.
Dang.
Did you have a Barbenheimer or just an Oppenheimer? Did you see them both?
No, I just had a Barbie and then I had an Oppenheimer. I didn't have, because like there were the company I worked at the time, everyone was a film bro, and I just like didn't see it out of spite to them because I hated them. But then I saw it and I liked it.
Now that we're talking about a bit more modern films, I do want to talk about another thing that we discussed before we got on here, which is the kind of the future of Hollywood, where things are going, especially with AI nowadays and the writer's strike that happened a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's so interesting because when the writer's strike happened, I was still in film school, and all my teachers were like, "Do not use AI. Do not use AI. It's gonna rot your brain. It's not gonna help you. If you want to use AI, this is not the place for you." And then I graduate and I look back, and apparently colleges are like promoting AI. They want you to use AI for creativity. And I'm like, well, what happened in that gap? Tell me, like, what happened in that gap? Did they take like a deal and like they sold their soul for money, which probably happened? Like what happened? And it's just like disappointing to see. But I'm not worried. I'm
Yeah,
chilling.
that writer's strike kind of sucked. Not only because like so many people were out of work, so many shows were out of work. A lot of movies and shows that were out that time, they couldn't, of course, promote anything. And then one that really hurt was iCarly getting canceled again.
What got canceled?
Yeah, the more adult centric version that was on Paramount. It they left it on like a big cliffhanger where like her mom shows up, hoping that like it would force them to like renew it for another season. Apparently they were going to, but then the writer's strike happened and they were like, we don't want to mess with that anymore.
It's tough when like obviously I didn't have like I was the company I was working at was a production company, and I was a free intern. Working is a very loose term, but they were having us like compile a list of all non-union actors and writers, have a list of like all these reality shows they could make, and I just didn't do it. I just didn't do it because I was like, what are they going to do? Fire me? And I was like, I'm not going to work to help them get around the strike because that's disgusting. And it's interesting how like so many sacrifices were made. And then now I see SAG-AFTRA promoting AI. Promoting like a workshop or like a some sort of retreat on how to do AI ethically, please. And I'm like, was that strike for nothing? Do we not care about what just happened and how many people were out of a job and suffered and all that? It's just like so annoying.
I know Ben Affleck recently sold this company that he had, this AI company, for like maybe 100 million, 200 million.
That's such a shame because I love Ben Affleck.
So does Matt Damon.
I know. Which could mean nothing. You guys don't know that meme?
No, I understand. I understand. Like I would wish to have. I dream of having a bromance like that one day.
They care a lot about it.
Yeah.
I think Ben Affleck should have been Penelope in the Odyssey.
Oh, the chemistry they would have
had.
had.
Would have been insane.
Have they done a film together other than well, I know they did the one where they were both like Fallen Angels, Dogma, and then of course Good Will Hunting. I'm trying to think if they've done anything else together. I don't think so. I mean, I'm just blank. There was that TV show they did, which I always wanted to be on, called like Project Greenlight. I don't know if either of you ever heard of that one. It's basically a bunch of people submit like their scripts to be produced as short films through their production company. And then during the show, it like details the weeks of them getting advice from Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and casting and putting together the film and stuff like that.
Doesn't Issa Rae have a show that's literally called that?
Let me look it up.
Yeah. Or it's like Greenlight something. Maybe it's just called Greenlight.
Oh, okay. I think she did a new version of it, like a new season. I guess she hosts it now. Yeah.
Oh.
Either that or I'm thinking of something completely different. Green something. I know Matt Damon.
It's some season. Like it's the same thing.
Nope. Yeah, their show was also called Project Greenlight. Yeah.
There you go.
There was also one other one called The Chair that I remember very well because it had this disgraced former YouTuber. Well, actually, I think he still makes videos, but Shane Dawson.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
One of my favorite videos is like this like 10-minute like compilation of like clips of him like being like a total diva on the set and just not understanding how filmmaking works and just being very difficult with people.
That's literally how I used to act when I was a teenager. I mean, I know he's not a teenager in those videos, but
yeah,
I look at his videos sometimes and I'm like, I'm so happy I'm not like that anymore because that's insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those who don't
say his name. Oh, we're gonna say his name.
Oh, we don't have to say his name, but I was just going to explain the show.
I don't care. I don't care.
He's not going to do anything to us.
Yeah.
But there was this show called The Chair that was made by an actor named Zachary Quinto, who's best known, I guess, for people our age, I guess, for playing Spock in the Star Trek reboot that came out in the 2010s. And he made this show sort of similar where basically two different figures would adapt the same script. They would get like money, about $500,000 to make their movie. And they picked one person who had like been to college, who had made several short films and had experience doing that. And then they picked a more new media figure in YouTuber Shane Dawson and gave them the same script, said they can make any alterations to it, cast whoever they wanted. And one girl made this really, it's a really good short film. I can't remember what it's called though right now. Huh?
I think it's Holidaysburg.
Holidaysburg, yes. And Shane Dawson made the movie Not Cool. And there was like a lot of controversy over that movie because like like when they were casting, a lot of people wouldn't agree to work with Shane because the content in his videos, which if you don't know, it's not the
It's
best.
so bad. Yeah.
Yeah. He's tried to delete a lot of it, but there have been certain people. There's just one girl that's been covering all the shit he does.
Wait, who's she? What's her name?
Nikki Carrion.
Nikki.
Let me look it up.
All right, that's my new girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I know her. I've seen her face. Seen her face.
Yeah. She's like on part 4 or 5 of it right now. But like she literally, she could probably like find everything. I think she has like all of his old stuff. So she's kind of masking off all that. But a lot of people didn't want to work with him because of his videos. And then of course there's a scene where a homeless person like eats shit in the movie, and not a lot of people wanted
Literally,
to like audition for that. Yeah, literally eat shit.
Paul's literally eats their own shit.
Yeah. Like, you know, it's kind of hard to be like a struggling actor and then be like, hey guys, you mind coming out to check my role in this movie? I'm like, yeah, sure, man, of course, anything. And they go and they see you're a homeless man eating shit throughout the movie. It's not one scene. He does it multiple times in the movie. There's a scene with like multiple, like with an assault, and it's played for laughs. There's just a lot of like, it's very, like, it's honestly insane that like an adult wrote that script. It feels like something that like some like edgy teenager would like write and then be embarrassed of and never show anyone again. But he's a near 30-year-old adult when he came up with that movie, and he was proud to show it to people. And then when people told him that like things were difficult and that things would need to be cut out or trimmed or stuff, he'd be like, no director has ever cut out anything of a movie ever before in their life. And I was just like, what are you talking about? What do you think deleted scenes are, sir?
It's ridiculous, and it's crazy how like I would die for the opportunity to be given $500,000 to make a movie with like all this free range, all of these resources at my disposal, a built-in audience because it's going to be on a documentary or like a documentary series. And like he just doesn't, he is so entitled the entire time. It like breaks my heart because there are so many people who will never have that opportunity, who would appreciate it. And it's so sad.
The worst part is like the competition part of the show, he actually won.
Because he has a fan base.
Yes, all those 11 and 12-year-old girls who didn't understand how terrible his videos were at the time, he had them vote for him, and he won, despite the fact that his film is atrocious.
I was a fan, but I never voted, I will say. I was 12 years old. I didn't know any better. One Direction had just broken up. I needed some sort of like Band-Aid, but no longer a fan. Don't hate me.
No, I feel like YouTube at that time had like its big core creators, and he was one of them. Like you've definitely sat down to watch a
Like,
Shane Dawson
his,
video,
like,
you know, like
Paul documentary and like James Charles documentary or whatever. It always had to bring other bad people for some reason. But
yeah, it's almost like the, oh well, look what they did. The stuff I'm doing is fine though, because like they're bad. Like I'm not with them. I'm different. I'm not like other girls.
He's an empath.
You know what I mean?
He is an empath.
It's an empath, but yeah, now it's just. I like the memes that are resurfacing of Dramageddon with him, and every time I look at it, I'm just like, yeah. She did this stuff. Oh my god, Shane, calm down. She literally did this. She was the one doing it, and it's like the bad street. Oh, what a time! What a time to witness in real time. Oh,
I remember. Do y'all remember the like his makeup series that he was doing when he was building his like palette? I remember trying to get one in the middle of class, and my teacher literally walked up to me and said, "He's a bad person. Do not pay for that." And I didn't listen to her. I was like 16. Like, I regret it now. I think I burned it, actually. I don't remember.
Oh, period. I saw one person that, because I heard that the palette is like actually like a pretty well constructed, good palette to use, but I saw somebody that took all of her Jeffree Star palettes, including their collaboration and her James Charles palette, and she made it into watercolors to like repurpose it. So it's like not wasteful, but it's like, let me critique this, but also look at it's like the product's still good. So like how do you critique it in a creative way that keeps people engaged? That's not gonna be like wasting it. And it was super cool. And then like that's how I started finding out more because like it reached a point where I feel like everybody was like, okay, like this, no, terrible, horrible, like, like non-forgivable actions done by this man, right? But because of that series, I started finding out even more like just crazy, insane stuff, and I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. I mean, that's a gorgeous watercolor though that you now have, but oh my God, that's, oh my gosh, crazy. Sorry. This is my dog Jarvis.
Hi, Jarvis.
He. Let me turn this
You
off so
really
can
like
see him.
Marvel, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Not like some of the more recent movies are bad, and I'm able to recognize that. But I feel like, especially with Spider-Man: Brand New Day, I hope they keep capitalizing on what they did for that film because it is the. It's such. I don't want to spoil it.
No.
It's just so good. You have to go see it. You have to go see it. I'm not gonna. I just like some people like don't want to hear like anything about the movie. Even if it's somebody going like it's good. Like I'm not going to tell you like plot points or anything. Absolutely not. But it is the first movie in a long time that has given me just like pure genuine joy and hope in watching it being a creative. And it was really cool. But yeah, some of them like some of their more recent projects weren't that great and it made me sad. But that's okay. Hopefully they'll get
This
better.
movie is like the first Marvel movie in a long time. I think the first Marvel movie since the last Spider-Man that I'm like super excited to see. Because I know the last Spider-Man, have we all seen it?
Yes.
That was insane.
Yes.
Like all the rumors of like the multiverse and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I'm curious too, because like after Doomsday and Secret Wars, they're gonna do a reset in the MCU where it's not gonna be a reboot, but it's just like kind of obliterating the multiverse plot lines they kind of set up for themselves. And like tying an end to like that sort of saga so then they can just focus on I don't know, I guess just like making the movies where like, yeah, there'll be like crossovers and they'll still like meet when they when it's like applicable, but it's not like, oh my God, like who's that? Ah, it's you, but from a different universe, but we have to send them back because that's bad. Now it's like we introduce all these other characters that like deserve to have their own stories and not just be like an accessory for like nostalgia bait for the new movies, you know? So I'm hoping again that that's true. And because of Spider-Man Brand New Day, they better keep up with that. They better keep going.
Also, I want to take back what I said. The last time I was excited about a Marvel movie was the new Fantastic Four with Pedro Pascal. I was very excited about that movie, and I loved that movie.
How was that? The only thing I really saw is that one meme clip that came up of the two guys laughing at the interviewer.
I don't know what you're talking
about. Oh, yeah.
You know, basically there's, they're all four of them are sitting together, all the four main cast members, and then the interviewer basically goes like, yeah, I love the movie, I just gobbled it all up. And then like it's like that joke where like when the teacher says something crazy in class and then your friend looks at you and goes, and so one of them does that to the other and then he's just like trying to hold it in, just going and the entire time he's still looking at him like, it's really funny.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
But
it's a good
clip.
clip.
I liked it. I saw the original Fantastic Four when I was a kid. I think it was okay. I don't know, maybe because I'm an adult now, or maybe I'm just a sucker for like retro futurism that like I really loved. I really loved this version. And like Pedro's character felt like like a reconstruction of like Tony Stark almost. He was like smart, he was determined, he was a little bit arrogant. So
that is like the biggest missed opportunity, I would say, in all the Marvel movies, that we never got like a Tony Stark, Reed Richards bromance. Because in like the cartoons and the comics, they're like best friends essentially. Like, they hang out all the time. And it's
Yeah.
just kind of sad that they never got to really meet.
well, isn't Iron Man coming back? I thought
For
Robert
Doomsday?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought he
Well,
was.
it's like it's Doctor Doom,
Yeah.
so it's a different character.
Oh.
And people are theorizing that there's a comic storyline where Tony Stark is Doctor Doom, but there's also people are theorizing that Doctor Doom has taken the form of Tony Stark to act out whatever he's going to do in Avengers Doomsday. Just to like stake it through the heart for everybody who got traumatic and everything, or got the trauma from his death before. But very excuse
Yeah,
me.
this is so funny to watch, by the way.
I'm so I know. So he's a rescue, and I'm alone with him, and I have to keep the door open because he'll get anxious if he thinks he's alone. So he's finally woken up. He was taking a nap, and I was like, okay, like, I'm set. Jarvis will be fine. Like, because he's a good boy. He's a very, very good boy and a great listener. But I was waiting for the time when he would say hello.
My dog was the
And
same
interrupts.
way. Like, I'd get out of the shower and she's just there staring at me, and I have to leave my bathroom door open and my bedroom door open and like always say good morning to her, and like she would not. Yeah. My dog was the
Yeah.
same way.
Yeah, do you have to go outside? I might have to go let him pee.
It's okay. Is that okay? I mean, it's not my podcast.
Yeah, I was like, is it okay if I let him
Is
go
that
pee?
okay?
I'm looking at his precious little...
Kimmy, we cannot hear you. Unless...
Yeah.
No, I muted myself, my bad.
Okay.
No, I was going to say, yeah, that's
Little
fine. There's still 2 people in the room. So, yeah, it'll just be Peyton light until you get back.
Quick question.
Can you get off?
Yeah.
When you release these episodes, do you release the video version too? Or just this audio?
A video too, yeah. Is it a problem?
Can I hit my vape?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's called an addiction for a reason.
That's cool.
Like,
Again, it's not like we're on like PBS or anything like that where we have like rules or anything.
well, I don't
mean,
want
if
to
you
like
were-
disrespect the platform, you know? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
of
not-
course. I mean, if you were going to like toke up or something, I'd be like,
Coke up? What does
share.
that mean?
Yeah. No, toke up. Like
What does that mean?
weed.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah.
I this.
I'd always be scared of getting high on a podcast though, because I feel like that's like, especially like if you get like just like too lost in the sauce, then you're just like not doing the podcast at that point. And there's just like too much dead space.
I think that there are videos of people being like, I hit a blinker. They do it off screen and they hit a blinker and they do their makeup. I think if you market it as like, we are going to be high or drunk or whatever you want to be during this podcast, then people will understand. But if you do it and then you don't say anything, then people are going to be like, yo, is he okay?
Yeah. I've seen some of my favorite podcasts. There was one episode of this sports podcast I watch where like all the guys were like wearing sunglasses and just being very quiet and like not as talkative. And I was like, oh, I understand.
They're
I understand.
high. They're high as a kite. What did you call it?
Yeah.
What is
Toking.
it?
Toking.
Toking?
Yeah.
That's what it's called? Cool.
No. That's just like a term that some people use. It's not what it's called. Some people saw like, eat partaking in the devil's lettuce, just stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's called something else too. No, I'm thinking of cocaine.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if this was more of like a Hollywood podcast rather than just pop culture, I'm sure cocaine would be a more prevalent thing, but yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, get him. We don't need to talk about all the drugs. We don't need to. This is a sponsored podcast. We don't need
I
to.
wish. I would love sponsors.
Wait, what isn't it brought to you by Brand New Day?
No, I was kidding. I was kidding.
Girl, you made me scared. You made me feel like I can't say anything bad about Marvel. I can't say anything bad about their CGI. Their CGI sucked in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
The second one.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I wrote a whole essay, not about the CGI, but about dissecting that film on how it is a misrepresentation of like the female madness trope. Because I liked the movie when it first came out, but with the CGI, then after I wrote that as in that full deep dive, I was like, dang, there were so many things that should have been done so much better. We're gonna make a video essay about it at some point.
Awesome.
I just need
You
to
guys have a YouTube
reconfigure.
channel?
Yes. So
I'm
it's
gonna
the same
subscribe.
as the what's it called? The TikTok. It's called the Culture Clubhouse, the Rent Free History podcast on there, a couple other podcasts. I've made a few video essays, and then together we've been working on this video essay series about Saturday morning cartoons.
Dude. Yes. Every Saturday morning, me and my brother would watch Chowder. Yes. Absolutely.
Love Chowder.
And once we
Did you
stayed
know
up
the last episode wasn't supposed to be the ending?
I did not watch the last episode. I watched what was on Cartoon Network.
Really?
Oh, okay.
I never watched it in a row. I didn't know that because I didn't know there was a last episode. Honestly, I didn't even know it
he
ended.
grows up and then marries Panini.
Didn't he hate her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go. True love.
What the heck?
True love.
True love.
Enemies to lovers.
Enemies
the best.
to lovers. Although maybe enemies to just like contentment. It's like, what? He hated her. He hated her with like a passion.
He made a whole
Enemies for
song
settling.
about how he wasn't her boyfriend.
There you go. I always thought he was like aromantic, asexual, and was just gonna like cook for his entire life.
I thought his only love was food.
Yeah, there you go. Let's talk about more about AI because I have a lot to say.
Yeah.
If I
yeah. Please go ahead. The floor is yours.
people who say AI is the future don't know anything about history and don't know anything about culture. People compare AI to like the internet or sound design, especially when we talk about AI in film or AI in art, or like to CGI. And there is artificial intelligence, but it is not generative. When we do generative AI, it is so disgusting, so bullshit. Even if it didn't have countless negative environmental impacts, it is so soulless and it can only generate based off of like the information it has. It cannot create new information. My favorite quote ever from the writer's strike was AI never went to fat camp because AI doesn't have experiences and trauma and it didn't grow up like in a certain way at a certain time to be able to like accumulate all those experiences. Also, I think AI is more like the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution was horrible. There were rats running around in the kitchen. There were children losing their fingers. There were horrible working conditions. And then we got a wave of regulations that completely changed the game. We got like a bunch of new technology. It was horrible. And then there was a wave of regulations. I think we're going to see a wave of regulations on generative AI. That's one. Number two is there are 5 stages to culture. The 5th stage is death. The 4th stage is mainstream. AI has officially hit the mainstream. Everyone's shoving it down our throats. Everyone's pushing it on us. The public, especially the younger generations, are rejecting it so heavily. And eventually we're going to see death. Remember when everyone was like, NFTs are the new thing. Everyone needs to use it. I have not heard about NFTs since. The only people who are saying you have no option, you have to use AI, are the people who are profiting off of it. Or the people who are so mediocre and know that all they'll ever be is a loser, that they know that if they don't have AI, they will amount to literally nothing. So my point is, I really don't think AI is going to take over art. I don't think AI is the future. And I think anyone relying on AI right now, even for something as simple as to create a recipe or to write an email, is gonna just be stupid in the long run. Because there have already been studies that AI smooths your brain and like takes away your critical thinking. So that's all I have to say for now.
Do you guys remember Tilly Norwood?
Yes. I was going to bring up AI actors after, because I feel like I feel like that's one of the biggest things that, hello? Why did it do that? I like disappeared for a second. One of the biggest, I think one of the biggest representations of AI starting to die is the AI actors and people trying to put like, oh my God, like every big agency wants to sign Tilly Norwood. She's not real. She cannot emote. She doesn't have that connection to human experience, because as an actor, that is your core. Your job is to display the emotions and just the genuine human experience to relate to other people, to tell the story, to be this character. And AI can't do that. And you're watching these clips and these things that whatever team is behind her is generating. And it's like, no, like this is like, I think the step that has gone too far, because people have been saying like, well, people aren't creative like that. So it's making like creativity accessible. And I'm like, girl, no, it's like you could be creative. It's all like learning and having a genuine passion and want to learn how to do it, to express yourself, to be creative. It doesn't just happen overnight. Nobody is just like able to do something just from the moment they wake up. Like, I don't know. It's so insane, because I know that they had, and now there are some actors that I'm hearing that are doing verticals, and an issue that's happening is they film the vertical, they sign all the contracts and everything, and then they see it, and instead of them, it is an AI person in their place with their voice, just completely overtaking it for whatever goddamn reason. They filmed it. They have everything finished, and they're just placing it on top of it. And I feel like we've been wanting regulations for AI for so long, but finally having this thing that's like, it's like, you can't just do this. It's not good. Nobody wants to engage in it. And these AI movies that are like fully written by AI, fully acted by fake people, like they're not going to do anything. Amazon, like MGM has greenlit, disgusting, greenlit. Whoopsie, human mistake. Sorry, grammar. Oh, but
We'll get AI to fix that. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry.
there. Oh man. Thank God. Oh, but MGM greenlit fully animated AI television series for children, and it's like they can't teach them what to do. They like they can't like there's no point. They can't tell the story and valuable life lessons if it's just regurgitating the same just nonsense. It's terrible. And again, like AI has been used for good things. Like and not generative AI, but like they have an AI program that they're developing. I was looking into it, that can detect breast cancer tumors and stuff before it fully develops and can reach like stage 3 or 4, like things like that in women. Like Women's Health is finally getting the funding to have tools like that are so powerful that can save so many people's lives. So that's amazing. Keep pouring funding into that. The generative AI with all those data. No, girl, they're not synonymous too. I think people think they're synonymous. And I'm like, no, they're not. I was like, there are tools to help humanity. And then there's the ones that are just ruining it just so you can be like mind little robots that people can control.
Yeah.
And also, like, Tilly Norwood, girl, her Botox is crazy. Like, she literally can't emote, dog. Like, you tell me you made a fake person. Nobody likes it. Okay. So then you can't even make her express anything. Like, it's not even, like, in the tone, obviously, she can't reach it. But at least, like, dang, they really flopped. I was like, dang. I never would have supported in the beginning. But, like, then I look at it, I was like, oh, my God. They made her have, like, excessive filler in She just can't. Every photo I've seen of like people critiquing it, I'm like, that is just Botox in AI form. That's crazy.
Not to
That's
mention,
crazy.
like, a lot of what is pushing, like celebrity culture is huge right now. Stan culture is huge. You can't stan an AI thing. You can't stand. Zendaya has a huge fan base. Huge fan base. Florence Pugh has a huge fan base. Anne Hathaway has a huge fan base. I'm a part of that fan base. Like, real people have fan bases, and an AI cannot create a fan base. It cannot interact with fans. It cannot have an emotional connection to fans. If someone is going to be parasocial with an AI, they don't deserve. They don't deserve. And I'm just going to leave that sentence at that. They don't deserve.
Like those
Yeah,
people that
like,
like leave their significant others to be with their AI, their ChatGPT girlfriend.
Exactly. There is such a deeper issue with that. It's like, you don't have communication skills. You're too avoidant to let your guard down and be with a real human. You want someone to control. Maybe you're a little bit of a narcissist. Like, it's fucking weird. It's weird. It's not normal. And like, anyone using generative AI, I believe, is going to be the real ones who get left behind. They're saying the ones not using it is going to get left behind. You're going to get left behind because times are going to change. Culture is going to shift. People are going to, the government is going to change. The government's not going to stay the same forever. Regulations are going to roll in, and then you can't survive without your AI fiance or your AI therapist or your like, fuck, I don't know how to send an email that says, hey, thank you, bye. Like, it's like tragic. It's so tragic.
Yeah. It's insane, especially because like all it does is just like regurgitate. It's like you type something in, then it's like, oh my gosh, yes, you are a genius. You understand this on a deeper level than most people can. It just like encourages anything you put into it. And also, like, if you're struggling with an email, girl, they have like LinkedIn workshops that are free with your account. There's YouTube tutorials. I'm even considering, I've had to send like really weird niche emails, and I was like, I actually don't know what tone to use. Girl, I went on Reddit. Reddit has helped me. I was like, girl, you just gotta click one more link is all it takes.
Or just fucking do it. Like, do it scared. Do it without knowing what the fuck is happening. Just do it. It's like the worst thing that can happen is someone reads it and is like, okay. Like, you're not gonna die. Like, just do it. Who cares? I really think COVID just ruined so many people's social skills and so many people's ability to like put themselves out there and like not make a big deal out of it. I don't know what the fuck happened between these last like 10 years.
Yeah, especially like I work with kids, and you can see the gap of like, because now there's the kids that never experienced COVID or anything, or if they did, they were like an infant, so it's just like they don't have any recollection. But there's an age gap of children, and you can just tell the stark difference of like they missed these very formative years that were so reliant on being social with other kids and being in an environment that is like fostering this skill of just like helping them become functioning humans. So I'm scared for them to grow up because it's miserable working with them. And it's like a stark gap. Like you will have like I think it's around like 7, 8 up until like 14 is where I'm like really seeing it right now. But then you look at a 6-year-old, they're perfect. They're like what you would imagine a 6-year-old to be like. And it's crazy. And then like the adults that have just fully succumbed, it's like, yeah, like I have like social anxiety. I'm a little bit weird, but I just like, I don't know, I'm a human. So I'm like, hey, like, sorry, like, I just want to chat. And like, yeah, like you just like be transparent. And I feel like people nowadays are just like, this is just so weird. I'm like, why? Why is it weird? It's like, this is just so weird to like talk to people. I'm like, why? Why is it weird to talk to people? I don't understand. It's crazy. And so disheartening.
I mean,
I'm like,
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm losing
Just,
it.
like,
I'm losing my train.
Understand that, like, at least maybe it's the avoidant in me or the optimism in me, but I genuinely believe that those people are not the ones who are going to define culture. I think that we're gonna see some normalcy starting again in like 2030, maybe 2029. Just because like that's just how culture shifts. That's just how societies grow and like bounce back from a huge traumatic event. And also the person that those people are hurting the most is themselves. They think it's weird to talk to people. They don't want to put themselves out there. They don't know how to fucking order from a restaurant. That is their problem. And yeah, it's sad to see. But at the end of the day, knowing that it won't affect me, it won't affect the people I love, it won't affect the people who actually have a brain, does make me feel a little bit better. Because I'm like, that's a you problem. And when you're on your deathbed, that's just going to be a you problem. And I can't help you if you don't want to help yourself.
True. Your AI girlfriend won't be there to like soothe you, bro.
I mean, maybe she will. Who knows? But it won't be real. Also, these companies are selling our data. Like, they're getting so much of our data because we're just giving it to them. I have a VPN because I'm like, no, go away. But like, we're just inputting like all of our problems, all of our secrets, all of our hobbies, all of our dreams, and then they're selling it. And they're packaging it as like, oh my God, this robot wants to be your friend. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's the end of my AI rant. Yeah.
Well, I don't think AI or even CG slop is going to be the future of Hollywood. And I think we see that perfectly when we see movies like Obsession. We see movies like Backrooms that have been doing very well this year. Despite having very low budgets, they've made a lot of money since then. And a lot of big budget movies have not been doing that well this year. So
I will say,
aside
the
from
Odyssey, Spider-Man, thank you to our non-existent sponsors. And the Odyssey, big budget, big release, everyone loves it. Limited CGI, not even AI, CGI, which is like traditional AI, which we talked about before is different than generative AI. So like that also in itself says big filmmakers with big budgets are sticking with the artistry and the creative process. So I have a lot of faith. Also, Flow won. Remember when Flow, the animated movie, won the Oscar?
Oh,
Flow?
yeah.
What
Flow,
is this movie?
It's
an
amazing film.
Yes,
I love
I've
this.
seen it.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was
not
called
big
Flow.
budget. It was not big budget. It was like not little animation.
It was made in Blender.
Yes, and look, it won an Oscar. People loved it. Like, that's even like, people could argue you could get away more with making AI animation, but the one that was made by humans with human love and did not have a big budget won an Oscar. There you go.
Yeah.
Proof.
Keep creating.
It
can't come up with the batshit crazy ideas that people can. I promise you that. There's no way in hell.
And creating is fun.
The process is the best part.
The best part. When you have a random breakthrough, like in your car or on the toilet, and you're like, and you like piece it all together, and then you throw it out. Taika Waititi, he would write a script, close it, not look at it for a year, reopen it, read it through one time, and delete the whole thing, and then rewrite it. And the parts that he remembered, he deemed good enough to include. And if he doesn't remember it, then it didn't need to be included. That's a crazy process to write something and a year later delete it and rewrite it. But he does it. And that's awesome.
I do that a lot with my my college stuff. I just kind of
You open it?
Yeah, I open it after like not like really touching it for like a year or so. And I'm actually doing that right now with one of my scripts. Like I reread it and I was like, oh, this is terrible. Like I got a good grade for this. That's amazing. Which I like because it means I've come farther as a writer. Because at the time I was writing this and I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever written. This is my masterpiece. And now I'm looking at it just like, I would be embarrassed if anyone saw that I wrote this, you know?
You're right. It does show how you've come, like how far you've come as a writer, as a creative. and it like shows that like you're improving. Because at the time, that was the best script you could have written. But now that you've grown, it's not the best script you could have written. And in 5 years' time, the script you write now is not going to be the best script you could have or you've ever written, because you're going to keep growing. And
Yeah.
people who use AI do not have that experience.
You won't be able to tell me the want or the need, but the AI will, or at least they will. You know.
But it's like, AI never went to fat camp. AI does not know what it is like to accumulate so many experiences. And I could have the same experiences. Kemdi could have the same experiences. Peyton could have the same experiences. But because we're different, we're going to see them through a different lens. Like, just, I do understand people who use AI and think, wow, I just did that.
Right?
No, you didn't.
The worst part is writing too. Like, I've seen people be like, yeah, dude, I came up with this idea for a TV show. And then they'll show me, I'm like, you forgot to take out all your dash lines. Like, I can clearly tell you just put this in ChatGPT.
I actually
Terrible.
use dash lines, which is so funny.
I know.
But no, I see what you
Like,
mean.
Going to my grave using an M dash. Like, I'm sorry. I love me a good M dash. I know that it's like now a signal of AI. I'm like, give it back.
Well,
give it back to me.
If you use an M dash and then you also have like humanity in your writing, you can tell.
Yeah.
And people who are like,
Yeah.
I have this great idea. Look what I did. And it's like, people have ideas all the fucking time. It's the rare few that like actually execute it and execute it well. Like, you're not special because you have an idea. That just means you have some sort of a brain. Like, my dog had an idea to dig a hole. I'm not going to make her president of the United States because she had a fucking idea. I know that that's a simplification.
She might be better than the United
Yeah,
States right
yeah,
now. That idea,
yeah.
actually.
But like,
Honestly.
But no, I get what you're saying.
yeah, like who the fuck? I'm not gonna say who it is. My family member was like, I have this. I made this amazing business plan for an app, and I'm gonna take it to investors. And we're like, well, what is it? And he was like, I don't know. I just put into ChatGPT, and I'm like, the fucking investor could have done that. He doesn't need you. Why are you going and asking for money? You didn't do anything. That's like if I asked my mom to make a grilled cheese sandwich and then I showed everyone and said, look at this grilled cheese I made. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. It's like, not that my mom's a computer, but I can't get over people being that dense. But we're going to be fine.
What can you do? Yeah. I think
Well,
we'll
yeah,
be okay.
Keep creating.
I'm gonna let them keep being stupid. I'm gonna let them keep being stupid. The real creatives are gonna keep honing in on our art. And when they have all these fucking regulations and they can't do jack shit, we're gonna surpass them and we're gonna laugh in their faces. Be like, haha, you have no talent. And that's your
Yeah.
problem.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
AI gives the illusion of talent to those who have none.
To those who are already delusional.
Yeah.
And have no patience. Like, if you don't want to sit down and learn a craft, maybe you just shouldn't be involved in that craft.
Yeah.
Like, there's a million things you could go do. I think that it's like there's this like glamorous life when being a musician, an actor, a YouTuber, some sort of entertainer, that people don't understand the years of work and labor and love that go into gaining that glamorous life. You can't just get it because you asked an AI software to make you a song and now you're like gonna be on the same level as like SZA or Beyonce or whatever. They're not.
A good example of this is Conan, back when he was a writer on The Simpsons. He talks about this time that somebody came in to like do a news report on the show, and there was a part where they were all thinking of a joke and they were just like, all right, should we what if no. And it went like that for like an hour straight. So like the news people had like nothing to use, but it's like, yeah, that's what happens. Like sometimes you just sit in a room and you're just spitballing, or you're just thinking of nothing for a solid hour or so.
Yeah.
And then something might come to you.
And that's beautiful. I love doing that. Like, that's crazy, but I love doing that. And you have to have patience to do that. You have to have so much patience and passion. And people who use AI, generative AI, do not have that. I don't even know what they have because they don't have a brain. So I don't know what they're doing it for. But
They have a flesh vessel, and that's pretty much
that's
it.
They're a glorified egg. They're a glorified egg. Like, if you're not going to appreciate the human experience, then go freeze your head and put it in a robot. Like, we don't need you here. Respectfully. Respectfully.
Just like in Futurama.
Just like in Futurama. Or Walt Disney.
Yes.
You can cut that out.
Yeah.
For the record, I don't actually believe that theory is true. It's just a fun theory.
Yeah. I also...
It's a little silly.
Yeah. Because like it did start like around that time, like a little after he had already died. But the thing is, like, I watched like a couple like documentaries about the whole thing. It's a very just like expensive and unsafe process. Like there was a guy who literally, like, he only had the money for like 1 or 2 storage units, so he would just start shoving people in the units and then refreeze them, and that it's just insane. It's insane.
This is not Batman. We cannot freeze and unfreeze someone.
Yeah.
That's another thing. This is not really related to anything, but I love how the people who are obsessed with living forever are billionaires.
Yeah.
That's it. Other people are not obsessed with living forever. I don't want to live forever. And I don't understand why they're so obsessed with living forever.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because, like, as a I would love to create something that leaves a meaningful impact on society after I go, you know, and like having like doing like good in the world. But like, I'm satisfied with that. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this forever.
Yeah, I don't want to
That's
deal
so
with this
weird.
forever.
It's like, what you think your control's just going to end after you die? So you just want it to keep going, or like?
I mean, it is.
People are in power. They don't want to leave that power. And that's why we got so many politicians that are like 80, 90 years old and they're not giving up anytime soon.
Well, they don't. It's like, they're not going to live forever. That's all I'm going to say is they're not going to. No one lives forever. Not a single person.
Yeah.
Except they did make an injection to make cats live twice as long. But
really?
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Huh.
That I'm excited about because cats are not, they might be sassy, but they're not evil. And they don't use AI. They don't even know what that is.
Gotta go tell my cat he's gonna be sticking around a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah! Yay!
Yay, dog!
Now we just need it for dogs and not humans. Never
Yes.
humans.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see that movie Hotel for Dogs?
Yes, I loved that.
Yeah.
It made me want to own 1 million dogs. That was cinema. That is cinema.
Mm-hmm.
I also love that Don Cheadle, he's in both Hotel Rwanda and Hotel for Dogs. And if I'm being honest, I like Hotel for Dogs better. More dogs, less genocide.
What is Hotel Rwanda?
Oh, it's about...
Hotel Rwanda is, yeah, it's a crazy movie focusing on like the huge genocide in Rwanda and how this hotel was like the only safe place in the area for people to harbor and go, and like Don Cheadle is like watching his like friends, neighbors, all these people get killed, and they're begging for help from like the UN, and they're like, no, like we're not, like you're on your own, like they're gonna get you all. So he is like single-handedly trying to keep everybody alive throughout the process and trying to like maintain the hope that help is coming, even though he's the one who this is all like falling onto. It's insane. It is an insane watch. It's a good movie. I watched it for in high school, I think. And I was like, that's I understand. It was like for a history class. I was like, man, I was not expecting it. It has such a nice name. And
Yeah.
then it's like genocide and death. And also the government doesn't care about everybody. And it was like,
Shocker.
yeah, I know, crazy. And then when it first started, I was just like, oh my God, it's Rhodey. Why is Rhodey in this movie?
This Marvel girl. I watched a Rwandan genocide movie in college, and I just couldn't stop crying. So I will take a beat on this movie right now.
Yeah,
Don't think I'm gonna.
crying in class watching this movie. I was like, oh my God, this is.
It's crazy how people, the UN, which was created because of a genocide, is like, you know what? I think we're all just gonna go on vacation. I think I don't want to deal with this right now. It's like, then what are you there for? Literally, what are you there for?
Yeah, it's like, and then it's like in the process, like they're admitting that this issue is beyond them, and then it's like, but this is you have to deal with this. You are the only. It was great movie. Hotel for Dogs is also a great movie, but very different genres.
Different tones. I would say different tones.
Yeah.
One has more dogs.
A silly teehee.
Yeah.
One has more dogs, and that might be the only difference.
Yeah, one has more dogs, and what the other lacks in dogs, they lack in weaponry, or they have weaponry. They have like an excess in weaponry instead of dogs. Is what I meant to say, not lack. They don't have a lack of weaponry. There's a lot in that movie. There's a lot, but yeah. Also, I studied film. My degree's in film. I don't just watch Marvel movies. I watch really good movies too.
It's okay. I know. No, you're good. You're good. I was a Marvel kid when I was in college, and everyone was like, "Don't you watch anything else?" And I was like, "Go away."
Yeah. And I'm like, listen, like, I really love Spider-Man. I've always been a Spider-Man girl. I need Spider-Man content. Oh, I've been so annoying since this movie's come out. I saw it 2 days ago.
Girl, we're good. I've been annoying since the Odyssey came out.
And I still need to see the Odyssey. Because there's no IMAX theater near me, and I was like, I am willing to spend the money to see it. But then I keep seeing memes of people seeing it in 4DX, and now I kind of want to do that.
I want to see it in 4DX so bad. I saw The Little Mermaid live action in 4DX, and my C was broken, so I didn't get the experience. But
oh no,
I want to see the Odyssey in 4DX. I want to see the Titanic in 4DX. I want to drown.
Like, give it to me.
Yes.
And it's just water.
Ice cold water.
Even get your own like door popcorn bucket.
Oh my God. That's so sad. With the little guy hopping off.
And then it can be connected to a string so you can like pull them out.
Yeah! That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
They would eat that
They
up.
need to do that.
The theaters, I mean.
would buy it.
The classic big movies getting modern popcorn buckets.
Yes. I used to collect popcorn buckets, but the last one I got was, I think, Nosferatu.
Mm.
And then I ran out of money.
Yeah.
I mean, that's typical for people our age.
I got like no money. I love it. I love living in LA.
Our last guest was pretty local to us too. She lived in, I think, Long Beach. We're in the IE.
I don't know where that is.
Inland Empire. It's basically like Riverside. Well, I'm in Riverside. She's in Temecula.
Yeah.
But we're all in California.
Yeah. SoCal.
But oh my God, no, LA is like, it's kind of a dream. I within the same week, I delivered a Subway sandwich to Netflix because I deliver for Uber Eats. I wanted to go upstairs, and the reception was like, no, you can just leave it here. Dang.
Boo.
I wanted to go upstairs and like meet everyone.
See Ted?
Yeah, pitch my new holiday series, and he'd say, "What's it about?" And I say, "I don't know yet, but you should buy it." And then I met someone from Love Island came into my job, and I got to take his order, which was so cool. I
That's crazy.
I asked them for the security footage, like my manager, and he was like, "No, I can't just give you the security footage." I was like, "No one's gonna believe that this happened, though." And then I met one of my favorite YouTubers when I was going to see her private hell. So y'all should move to LA if you want to be even more broke, but also run into famous people every once in a while.
You know what? If we actually get a sponsor for this show, I think that's doable.
Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yeah.
I know.
New day.
Where you at, Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Where you at?
Yeah.
Nope, stop doing that.
I'm
Where you at?
obsessed
Where you
with
at?
Spider-Man.
I don't have a film shirt.
That's blue. Spider-Man wears blue.
Here, I have an
Get it.
iHeartRadio hat from when I used to work there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right. I feel like this has been a great chat that we've had so far. This is the longest episode of the show that we've had so far. I'm very happy about that. So you just broke the record.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah. I thought this
Thank
was a
you.
great convo. We kind of gabbed about pretty much everything. So yeah. Just one more thing. Is there anything you want like to plug real quick before? I know you plugged in the beginning, in case people don't want to scroll back to the beginning, or just you want to plug the TikTok, YouTube, the Instagram, whatever you got.
TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, 2coolcinema. Follow, subscribe. I am going to be an EGOT winner, so get in on the ground floor. Donate to my short film, watch my short film, and someone get me in the room with Netflix. That's
What is it called? The short film? Like
it's called 2 Minutes.
2 minutes?
It's about a couple who they're like waiting for the results of a pregnancy test, and then that pressure kind of builds and they end up fighting about their relationship. Like, it's not really about the pregnancy test anymore. It's about them.
It's crazy. I wrote something like that when I was in high school.
Oh, well, I didn't know about it. So
I wasn't saying that. It's funny how, yeah.
Great minds. Great minds. And if
All
you
right.
like Her Private Hell, it's going to have the same lighting as that.
Ooh, okay.
That's it.
Shout out to Her Own Private Hell. Shout out to Sara and 2coolcinema. Shout out to the Rent Free History podcast. I hope you guys like listening to this episode. Tell me what you guys do when you listen to this show, whether it be driving, doing laundry. Let me know in the comments of wherever you're watching this. All right. Thank you and goodbye.